Hello friends, welcome to this webinar. The subject of this webinar is the importance of knowledge in air pistol shooting, specifically related to your dream of winning an Olympic medal in the air pistol event. And there are so many people all around the world. When they start shooting, say for 1 week, a year, 2 years, 3 years, secretly in the hearts of heart, in the back of the mind, they have this dream. And what is this dream? They dream that they are standing on the podium in the Olympics and they are winning and that they have won an Olympic medal. And somebody is putting this medal around their neck. And associated with this picture are so many thoughts, good feelings, the glory associated with winning an Olympic medal. Now, I always say that anybody can win an Olympic medal, but not everybody does. I'll repeat this statement again. Anybody can win an Olympic medal, but not everybody does. And the reason for this is knowledge. Now we know the difference between you and an Olympic qualifier. As you very well know, an Olympic qualifier is a shooter who has won a quota in an international event designated by the International Shooting Sports Federation, where you win a quota to take part in the Olympics and represent your country. And this takes a lot of hard work, many years. But the main importance between you and an Olympic qualifier is the level of knowledge. Now, what is this knowledge? What is it that differs you from an Olympic qualifier? Let's look at this knowledge a bit closer. I'll make it very simple for you by asking you this question. Do you have the knowledge to shoot a 10? Every time you pick up a pistol, do you have the confidence, based on this knowledge, that you can shoot a 10? Now let's go back to the Olympic qualifier. When he shoots a training match, a 60-shot training match, and when you shoot a 60-shot training match, how many 10s do you shoot in a 60-shot training match at your home range? 8, 10, 12 10s, 15 10s, 16 10s, 20 10s, 22 10s. Very good. But an Olympic qualifier, when he shoots a training match of 60 record shots, he shoots anything between 40 to 50 10s very easily. It's quite normal for him. And some of these qualifiers shoot more than 50 10s, anything between 50 to 55. And very rarely, these Olympic qualifiers go to around 58, 59. And some of these qualifiers have even shot 60 10s out of 60 record shots. Can you believe it? You may find it extremely hard to believe, but it is true. And the difference, once again, lies between the level of knowledge between you and the Olympic qualifier. Now, to shoot these number of 10s, 40 10s, 45 10s, 50 10s plus, you need to know, you need to master. You not only need to know how to shoot a 10, but you need to master one aspect of shooting, the most crucial aspect of shooting, and that is follow through. Now, what is this follow through? Now, here begins the major tragedy in beginners and shooters all over the world. And this is the tragedy. So many shooters come to me and they say, "Sir, we would like to train with you." And I ask them the question, "All right, where have you been practicing?" So they answer, "At such and such place." "And who has been your coach, your instructor?" And they say, "XYZ." I said, "Very good, very nice. Okay, then could you be kind enough to explain to me what is the meaning of follow through?" So after a moment of silence, where they think about the question, this is the answer I receive. And the answer is, after my shot has gone, after the shot has gone, I continue maintaining my sight aligned and focused and try to hold it in the same place. I'll repeat the answer again. After the shot has gone, I maintain my focus and aligned sights in the same place. And that is their idea of follow through. And that's where the tragedy lies. Because the shot, the pellet has already emerged from the barrel, it has already hit the target, and you can do very little about it. And I'm saying this follow through that they have said, what they have defined or what they have understood is completely wrong. Now, to understand follow through, let's take a look at this video. This is video number 2, Introduction to Follow Through, which is on my site. And it is in the free basic course. Here's the video. Hello friends, let me assume that you have picked up air pistol shooting with the hope of representing your country in the Olympics, and not only just participate in the Olympics but also to win medals. And why not? Anybody can do it if you can do this. If you wish to win medals in the Olympics, you need to shoot the way it is shown in the clip, a minimum of 40 times out of 60 shots, and then repeat the same performance in the finals. In order to shoot like the way it is shown in the clip, you must understand what follow through is, and not only understand but master follow through. Unfortunately, a lot of shooters do not understand what follow through is. For them, follow through is something which begins after the shot has gone. Wrong. Follow through is to continue doing whatever you were doing just before the shot, to continue during the shot, and even after the shot has gone. So that is follow through. Now I will show you 4 elements of follow through with the help of this video. In this video, I want you to concentrate on the aligned sights. Notice when the sights come into the aiming area, they are perfectly aligned and they continue to be aligned before, during, and after the shot has gone. The next thing I want to draw your attention to is the focus. Notice in this video how sharply focused the sights are, and they remain focused before the shot, during the shot, and after the shot. This is called focus follow through. The third thing is arc of movement. For those of you who do not know what arc of movement is, it is the movement of the sights within the aiming area. Now, in this video, you will see how the arc of movement is continuously reduced before the shot, during the shot, and after the shot. Finally, in this video, there is a blue circle which is rotating, and it indicates trigger operation. Notice when the sights come into the aiming area, once the trigger operation starts, it continues before the shot, during the shot, after the shot. That is trigger operation follow through. So, I have explained 4 elements of follow-through. There are 8 elements of follow-through, and these we will understand in the following videos. Thank you. So you just saw a video which explained to you 4 elements of follow-through. And that must have come as a bit of a surprise to you, because your concept of what is follow-through, which begins after the shot is gone, is incorrect. Now in the next video, we will see the remaining elements of follow-through, which I had mentioned in my previous video. And even this video is a part of the free basic course, which is on my website, and you can view it at your leisure anytime you want. So let's play this video and see the balance elements of follow-through. This is video number 32, follow-through. Here it is. Hello friends. Now we go to the final step of our shot cycle and the sequence of shots, which is follow-through. Now in this clip you will see all these elements, they are arranged on the graph on the y-axis. The first is stable stance and position. The second is gripping. The third is breathing. The fourth is sight alignment. Fifth is focus. Sixth is trigger operation. And the seventh is aiming area follow through. So follow through is the continuation or the follow through of each and every element shown on the y-axis, which is stable stance and position, gripping, breathing, sight alignment, focus, trigger operation, and aiming area follow through. And all these must continue before, during, and after the shot, as shown in the clip. In the previous clip, we saw the 7 elements of follow-through and how they move continuously before, during and after the shot. Now I will explain each and every element once again, starting with stable stance. Obviously, your stance has to be stable before, during and after the shot, because if your position is not stable, then your body will move and thus your arc of movement will also increase, and therefore you must maintain your stable stance, which will reduce your arc of movement in such a manner that your stability remains continuous before, during and after the shot. Next we talk about the grip pressure. If you hold the pistol and look at your sights will remain steady so long as your grip pressure remains constant. The moment you tighten the grip or you loosen the grip, your sights will become unsteady. Therefore, you must maintain your grip pressure constant before, during and after the shot. The third thing is your breathing. As we have discussed before, you either hold your breath when you come into the aiming area. If you hold your breath, then obviously you have to keep holding that breath before, during and after the shot. If you are inhaling or exhaling, then you must continue inhaling at the same rate without changing the rate of inhaling. It should remain constant before, during and after the shot. And the same holds true if you are exhaling. The rate of exhaling must be constant before, during and after the shot. So you see the third line of breathing also follows with gripping and your stable position before, during and after the shot. The fourth is sight alignment. Obviously, your sights should be aligned and steady before, during and after the shot. So this is the fourth bar which moves continuously before, during and after the shot. The fifth one is focus. We have discussed focus in quite a lot of detail in the previous videos. Obviously, your focus will be sharp, your sights should be sharply defined before, during and after the shot. So the fifth bar is joined to the previous 4 bars and they continue before, during and after the shot. We come to trigger operation, which should be continuous before, during and after the shot. Finally, aiming area follow-through or mental focus follow-through should be the same before, during and after the shot.
This is how we maintain the follow through of all these 7 elements before, during and after the shot. Now, as a beginner, you need not worry about how you're going to combine all these elements. When you begin shooting, you begin to internalize all these elements which we have discussed in the previous videos. You manage to understand and gain mastery over
your stable stance.
Then you understand what grip pressure is and you internalize that and you manage to maintain a continuous grip pressure before, during and after the shot. You learn how to hold your breath and you learn how to inhale or exhale in such a manner that your arc of movement is not disturbed. Then you also learn as you go along how to maintain your sight alignment, which we have discussed is dependent upon your constant grip pressure. Then you learn how to maintain a sharp focus before, during and after the shot. Eventually, you learn how to maintain a continuous trigger operation. And finally, you learn how to combine all these things, all the elements, so that you have a constant follow through for all the 7 elements before, during and after the shot as shown in the clip.
So friends, you have just seen the complete definition of follow through. And it goes to prove that follow through is to continue doing all the things that you were doing just before the shot, to continue it during the shot and even after the shot has gone. That is follow through. Now, if you are working or if you are training on the basis of an incorrect follow through, you are never going to be able to shoot rows of tens. Can you? And what will happen is that your score will just go up and down, up and down, up and down in one straight line, one straight horizontal line. There'll be a peak score which you will find it very difficult to overcome. Why? Because your knowledge is incomplete. It is faulty. The foundation is incorrect. The foundation, which is based on the knowledge of follow through, is incorrect. So follow through is not something which begins after the shot has gone, but it is something which begins just before the shot, continues during the shot, and continues even after the shot is fired. Now, the Olympic qualifier scores, his scores also go up and down. But the only difference between his trajectory and yours is that while his scores keep going up and down, they keep climbing upwards. They keep climbing upwards. While yours remain in a horizontal line, you achieve a plateau and it is very difficult for you to go past that plateau. And that is why I keep saying that it's a real tragedy. With so much enthusiasm, with so many dreams, and with so much effort that you put in, your scores keep going up and down in one horizontal straight line. All because you don't have the correct knowledge. Now, in module number 2, the technique for shooting a 10 on this website, the steps for shooting a 10 are given, where all these elements that we had spoken about in the follow through are arranged. Like I mentioned, you start off with stance and position. How do you achieve that stability? It starts with the position of the feet, the angle of your body, the position of your head, the way you look at the target, very, very deeply. Each and every point is treated with great amount of seriousness and a lot of depth. So that everything you should know regarding that particular aspect, which is stance, position, and stability, you will know as good, as thoroughly as an Olympic qualifier. And this is the way you progress from stable stance to correct gripping to breathing. Like I said, breathing. When we were shooting, we were just told to hold our breath. But do you know that there are 12 different styles of breathing, 12 different types of breathing, 6 types of breathing before you come into the aiming area, and 6 types of breathing when you are in the aiming area. And then you go on to sight alignment, focus, trigger operation, and follow through. So each and every element is treated in great depth. Now, this is the theory aspect. What you are supposed to do is to compare your style of shooting a 10 and compare it with what is provided in this module, the theory, the knowledge, and then you compare the two step by step, and you make your adjustment in each and every element, starting from stance and position, gripping, breathing, lifting the pistol, sight alignment, focus, trigger operation, and follow through. Now, each and every element, you compare what you know and what you have been doing with what is provided on the website. You compare it, you try it out. You try out the different methods provided, and then you test out and see what suits you best. So that is the first module, module number 2, the technique for shooting a 10. Once you have covered, you've gone through the entire module and you have set 70-80% of your method for shooting a 10, the technique for shooting a 10, then for each and every element, the skills required to master each and every element are then provided in module number 3, that's training methodology, and module number 4, advanced training methodology. In short, we provide you a training program. So module number 3 and 4 provide you the correct training program, which will help you to achieve your goals, to help you to improve your scores in the shortest possible time. Now, this is what an Olympic qualifier does. He has the correct knowledge of follow through, and based on this foundation, a training program is designed for him by a very good coach. In our case, if you have a coach, well and good. In our case, you come on the website, register yourself, and the training program is provided from module number 3 and 4 onwards. The next thing is that once you subscribe to the website and the modules, let us say you are on module number 2. The moment you subscribe to module number 2, you automatically join our elite members group, which is a WhatsApp group. And the advantage of this is that you will learn how to prepare your training diary, your shooting diary. And on our WhatsApp group, we have 70 odd shooters from all over the world who are posting their diary very, very seriously, very diligently. And I get to monitor each and every training session performance. If they're going wrong somewhere, then I make the corrections. And then what happens is that they immediately make the corrections and they don't waste time. They don't waste time in spending number of training sessions and days just trying to rectify, just going on with whatever they were doing wrong. So every day the corrections are made. And wherever a shooter has performed well, I motivate him. And that provides him more positive energy to work even harder and more seriously. Now, this is one advantage that the shooters have. Now, I'll give you an example. Why? For example, if you have a coach and he comes and gives you some instructions, and after providing the instructions on what you should be doing and how you should go about shooting and doing your training, he pushes off. After he goes away, when you take your pistol, go on the firing point and try to implement whatever he has told you to do. Sometimes all the instructions which are told to you, you may not remember all of them. As a result, when you lift the pistol and bring it down and you're trying to execute a particular technique, execute a particular skill, what happens is a question arises in your mind, a doubt arises in your mind. Did he tell me to do this exercise in this manner, or did he mean something else? Now, if your memory fails you, what happens is, till your coach comes back and you clarify the problem, you are going to again waste a lot of time. But in our case, all you have to do, even if you're at the firing point, you can go at the back and take out your tab or your mobile smartphone and go back to that video, which is already uploaded. And you can go through that video again and again. It doesn't cost you again. It doesn't cost you because it's all free. Once you paid for it, it's free. So immediately your doubts are clarified right then and there, instantly. In addition, there are text lessons which are given under each and every video. So that also clears a lot of doubts. And you go through these text lessons and the situation becomes very clear. In addition, you still have some problem, a lingering doubt, which is not being cleared on the WhatsApp. Then you are free to call me or make a video call and your problem is sorted out. Now, with the help of this new technology, this webinar platform, all the blocks and barriers that most shooters have regarding online coaching are demolished, are destroyed, or are cleared away. Because in your mind, you're used to the method, the traditional method of coaching, where the coach is in front of you and he's telling you and you ask him questions and one-on-one sessions are going on. This is exactly what we do on this webinar platform. So you don't have to wait for your coach to come. I'm there available 7 days a week, 365 days a year, year after year. Once you subscribe to the modules, you don't have to pay again. They're there for your entire lifetime. Right? You can pass it on to your son or daughter once you become a veteran or once your children come up to that age. So 250 videos and 250 text lessons. You have webinars, you have WhatsApp group, and you have all this in front of you. So now you don't have any excuse that how am I going to be coached online? It's there in front of you. Be smart. And that reminds me, many years ago, when I was shooting and we were on the shooting range in Mumbai, we were having a very serious discussion on whether and what is the importance of a coach. And Mr. Pandit was passing by. Ashok Pandit was the Commonwealth champion, India's #1 at that point of time. And he was passing by and he heard this discussion and he said, hey, what's up? What are you guys discussing? And so I asked him and I told him that we are discussing the importance of a coach. And Mr. Panditji, we called him, Panditji, I feel that I think I'm smart enough. I can figure out whatever knowledge is required, and I don't think I specifically need a coach. So Mr. Pandit thought for a moment, and then he replied, "You may be very smart, but the real smart guy, the real smart shooter, is the one who first knows how to identify a good coach. And once he has identified that this gentleman or this lady is a very good coach, is thoroughly knowledgeable, and has achieved great results, then you must obtain the knowledge from this coach, because it will save you a lot of time." And he said that and he walked away. And at that age, around 28, 29, you're so full of yourself. I was also very full of myself. I said, "Okay, even if I don't get a coach, it's fine. I can work it out myself. Smart enough to do it." What happened was 8 to 10 years passed by, and because of incorrect training methods and not too much attention paid to physical fitness, I developed this injury, a serious injury for which I had to be operated on, and my shooting career went down the tube. Luckily, I came across a very fine gentleman who passed away, late Mr. B.P. Bam, who supported me and said, "No, Hemant, you become a coach, because you have the knowledge and you can help other shooters realize their dream, and you can realize your dream through them." And that's why I'm here. Now, this is the funny part, and let's keep shooting aside and give you an example, an analogy. Let us assume that you want to become an architect, or you may want to become a chartered accountant, or you may want to become an engineer or a doctor or an actor, whatever. To become a professional, you need to obtain knowledge. And this knowledge you can get by taking admission in a proper institute, and then semester by semester you follow the syllabus, and over a period of years with sufficient amount of hard work, you eventually achieve your profession, which is a chartered accountant, architect, engineer, doctor, whatever. Now we come back to shooting. In the case of shooting, is there any institute in the world which has all this knowledge arranged in 5 to 6 modules with over 50 videos in each module, like a syllabus, which you can take module by module, just like a semester to semester, semester to semester? Is there? No. This website is the result of 30 years of experience, and it has taken me 3 years to set it up and to prepare this syllabus for you, so that you will train correctly on the basis of thorough and correct knowledge, and you'll be able to achieve your goals very quickly. Now, this is the funny part which I was saying, which I was referring to. You'll enroll in any institute to become a professional, but when it comes to realizing your Olympic dreams, you think you can do it by a trial and error basis? When the knowledge is in front of you, you still say, "No, I don't want to spend money." And so you go on the range and keep on shooting, and then some days when your scores start going down, you get frustrated and depressed, and then you say, no, I'm not going the right path, so let me concentrate on this sight alignment, or let me concentrate on the smooth, continuous trigger pressure. And you do that for a few sessions, and then you say, no, let me get back to shooting line. Let me shoot a match. And then you shoot a match, and it's okay, so fair enough score. And then you say, no, this is my first test match. This is my benchmark. I'll shoot another match. Then you go and shoot another match. And there is an improvement. And then you say, yes, great. I'm on the right path. and shoot another match. Then you shoot another match, and maybe the scores are good. And then you say, okay, I've done it. So the next day you come, you shoot another training match, and you go down. So this up and down will go on. And that is why you must train correctly on the thorough knowledge with the correct training program. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the meaning of follow through, and this is the importance of knowledge in helping you achieve your Olympic dreams. You can subscribe to the basic free videos, the 37 videos free. Make up your mind or find a good coach, but please don't waste your time. Follow the correct training plan. Make sure that your knowledge is technically complete. All right, so I leave it to you, and I wish you all the very best, and I sincerely wish that you do well. Thank you and good night.